Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. In our last episode we got started in our conquest of Britain. A bit early, we don't actually have the Imperial Reconquest CBs yet, but I wanted to get started on things because we were being slowed down quite a lot by the Aztec Empire here. Though speaking of them, they are currently in the process of losing 2 holy wars against 2 of my vassals, which is good news for us. That's 2 fewer wars that we're going to have to fight against them. And also in the last episode we did finish pressing 4 of the claims of our claimants that we invited, and something else that I noticed was that we never actually invited a claimant to the Duchy of Norfolk, so I guess I missed that in the various confusions and grantings of titles and stuff. So there are 2 weak claimants available. I'm going to invite one of these. For example, this guy. We'll send him a special interest. So we did have an extra castle as well, which I was wondering who I would grant that to, but I guess this explains where that came from. We'll disband whatever troops we can disband here. Really? These aren't all retinue, are they? Oh, I didn't hold shift there. Never mind. That explains why these weren't selected. The boats can be disbanded, as can this army. Our son and heir is of legal age. He became Midas touched. Okay, so that's positive at least, though he's still not the best character ever. We definitely should get him married. Let's see, he has gained the education traits. So 15 stewardship is pretty good, 13 diplomacy is fine too. I guess he's a decent enough character. Let's try and find him a genius. A 34-year-old genius. Strong would also be fine. 16-year-old strong character, that seems pretty good. Really good selection of traits as well. Yep, she's just too good to say no to, I think. Oops. Apparently she is not too good to say no to. We can click completely away from her by accident. That was her, okay. We will arrange this marriage. Okay, so we do have this peasant revolt, which I'm assuming that my vassal king is going to take care of. He has troops raised, it looks like. So we shouldn't need to pay any attention to that. And as it is, we have all of our levies lowered so we can declare any other wars that we want to. So, by virtue of the duchy titles in here that we have vassalized, we should have more claims on some of these other characters, so we can declare those. Might wait a little bit to see if we can kill, for example, the Duke of Norfolk. Wait a second, weren't we trying to kill this guy? Maybe not. But anyway. Okay, well, he is going to die by poisoned wine at an upcoming banquet. Apparently. Let's see if he does. Okay, the marriage goes through. He has arrived in our court. We'll grant him castle wherever we built it. Over here? That doesn't seem right. Okay, which of these is the one that we built recently? Up here, I see. So it's the county of Axamar that we need to grant him. And I never set him a special interest. It was this guy, though. I did set him a special interest, never mind. So we'll grant him that. So we'll just wait for the resolution of our attempt on the life of Norfolk here. And then get some more wars declared. So he has died of poisoned wine. Unfortunately, my complicity was discovered. And in fact, we still have an adult male in charge here, so that doesn't actually help us. Alright, well never mind, we'll declare what we can. And I suppose in the meantime we'll plot to kill his successor. Oh no wait, that was the guy we were killing. Okay, so that does help us. And now we can declare on Norfolk, so... the other person we want to try to kill is you, perhaps? We'll get that started, but we won't bother waiting for this to happen. We'll just get as many wars as we can declared over here. So we'll press our newly landed vassal's claim for Norfolk. We should have a truce with the Duke here. Yes, we do. We can perhaps declare on you. No, we don't have a de jure claim, apparently. How about you? No? It's part of the Duchy of Wessex, which we do not have, okay. Let's see. Who else could we possibly declare on? No de jure claim there. Still no de jure claims. I really expected that we would have some de jure claims at least. I guess it might be better to look at the de jure duchies map mode or something. Well, we have a de jure claim on Cumberland at least for our Duke of Northumberland. So I guess we'll declare this one and fight Alba. So that's just 2. Surely there should be some more. We have a truce with this guy. He's the same Duke of Cornwall. I think we kind of checked everywhere. We haven't conquered this duchy yet. Haven't conquered Middle Anglia. Wessex doesn't exist, so we have no claims here. Kent also does not exist, I think. Oh, it does exist. And it is held by our vassal, but this is under this Duke. Nope, we have a de jure claim. I guess I just missed him before. Okay, so that's another one we can get started on. And this is Middle Anglia and Essex, which we don't have. And we checked here already. Okay, well I guess that's all we can do for the moment. So Alba, who we are fighting now, has a pretty decently sized army of 67,000, so we're going to need to transport quite a few troops over to be assured of a victory against them. We can just raise France's troops again, and now we have convenient places to land them. In fact, why don't we head into Norfolk here, and we'll put the French army into Kent, I think. In the meantime, we'll wait for the army from Alba to form up and try to fight it on good defensive terrain or something. If at all possible. And with any luck, the battle might be worth enough war score to end the war all by itself. We can catch some of these armies at low morale, which is good. This guy is off to press his claim on the Grand Duchy of Lithuania by force. Very ambitious, good luck. Okay, so that's 60% against Norfolk already. We'll try to fight this army too if we can. And I think we should bring across the army from somewhere else as well. This is France as well, isn't it? In that case... we'll go get Lusitania. Just want to make sure that we have enough troops available nearby to ensure us victory against Alba's army. If and when they show up in force. Peasant Revolt is at 100%, so we can end that. And execute him. Alright, we'll have you go to Norfolk and start sieging that. Just one siege there should bring us the victory because we're at 88% already. There's some de jure duchy drift in Iberia. And we took some attrition here already, it looks like, so let's see, 28. Get ourselves under the supply limit here. We'll go down to 23, that should be okay. We'll just keep this army in Essex so it can be ready to reinforce. We see 24,000 from Alba up here, which is apparently just hanging around and sieging us. So I guess we'll just let them do for the moment. There's another 10,000 here. And another 18,000 over here, so I think maybe we'll try and attack this 10k because it's pretty distant from the other ones. Even more troops over here. Did I... No, okay, it is just 66k. Kind of looks like more. But I'm probably just not adding them up right. To be honest, I'm not adding them up at all, I'm just eyeballing it. So we'll send this army over here. Preferably via the small Norfolk army, and we can move you up here, not you, to take over that siege instead. Let's check on the Aztecs. France at 95%. Our other vassal at 83, okay. Revolt in Northumberland, apparently. Not too concerned about. So we are going to catch this army in the plains, most likely crossing a river. They don't have any reinforcements within range. So we'll be able to destroy this, most likely. The lady almost ran me down as I entered the hall. Tearfully she told me that my son had insulted her again. We can just let him become honest, I think. That's okay with me. So this 22k is on the way down. We do have some relatively small armies, so let's take the retinue here back to this direction. Well, if they want to attack us in the hills, I'm pretty confident about my ability to win a battle, if we can find some hills. I'm a little worried about this 18k that's behind. Are we escaping right now? We are not. Same day on this one. Do we have an organizer available? I think we have a decent chance of winning this anyway. Which I guess is good because we're taking this battle whether we want it or not. Let's see, what's the fastest way for us to get reinforcements over there? Probably to abandon this siege and get this army into Sussex onto the boats, land them in Gloucester, and then march them up. But that doesn't seem like it's going to be quick enough. But I think we'll try to do that anyway. We do have our best men in charge here, I think. Let's make sure. I think we'll stay out of this one. Oh, they weren't actually even coming in to attack me. Never mind then. False alarm, I guess. We should still move this army over though because this 18k is still coming down, and once this is nearby, they might be more inclined to attack me. We might just move into a hills county if we can, though. It looks like they're on the move again up to Chester. A nephew was born to us, okay. Not to us personally, of course. That would be weird. Okay, so let's see. It seems like they're moving back up north. Oh, did we lose Cumberland? I guess we did. Oh no, wait, we didn't lose Cumberland. We're attacking over Cumberland right now. For some reason, I thought we already had it. Okay, our son is 6 years old and needs to be educated. We will give him to the vassal. I guess Ravenna here, since he is pretty powerful. And not especially happy. So I think we should try to get into a battle with this army as soon as possible, rather than just letting it wander around doing whatever it wants to. Just find a good county to do it in. Oh, well, never mind that for the moment. Died a natural death at the age of 46. And we were strong. Well, okay, I guess. So be it. So we are now... we're not him. We're Himerius of the Roman Empire. We are not a great character. We're ill now as well, which is unfortunate. Not of typhoid fever, fortunately. And our heir is our half-brother Sergius, who is probably a better character than us. We should take over his education ourselves. Not plot to kill him. That would be disastrous. And we have one other child who lacks a guardian, our cousin here. We'll just give to our mother, I think? Stepmother, possibly? And for our focus, I think we'll just go for a diplomacy focus. Maybe we'll take, actually, family, so we can get a little bit of extra health while we're ill. And keep that for a little while. Okay, let's keep a close eye on our factions, because we're probably going to get some. And we'll take whatever actions are necessary. Alright, so I guess we'll move this army up to the hills here in West York, and we'll put 11k nearby here, and we'll get this 23k up adjacent as well. That should be enough to fight their whole army. Right, so we've gained the Augustus trait, which is great, obviously. Hail Caesar. Our domain is too big, that's fine. Our previous character's domain was too big for almost all of his life, and he did okay. We'll appoint this Duke as our new spy master. We'll get this cousin educated by some random person. Okay, the army from Alba is on its way south. So maybe we'll stop in Derby. So if they're willing to attack me in the hills there, that would be great. Doesn't look like they are. I'm going to split off some of this army and see if we can tempt them. It's going to take forever because these are units of 250. We'll go down to, I don't know, 18,000 or so. We lost a siege over here, okay. Not too concerned about that. I wish I didn't march this army through the same county there, but I think we avoided taking any attrition. And we do have dangerous factions, namely the Independence faction. Okay. Well, we have a reasonable amount of money to throw around, but probably a lot of these people are going to want very expensive bribes. I do think that we have a vassal king in the dungeons. Our Prince of Morea. Maybe he likes us better than he did our predecessor. And we can safely release him, which will improve his opinion and improve everybody else's opinion by 20. I think we can do this. Released from prison, there we go. So he's up to 56, which hopefully is good enough to keep him out of factions. And the opinion bonus with everybody else may be enough to get this faction under the dangerous threshold. We'll keep an eye on it. Alright, looks like this army is not inclined to attack us. Maybe we'll just take the initiative and go for it while it's pretty far away from the other large army up here. In fact, this faction is growing now. Reports come from a village in Thrace. 2 siblings, a brother and sister, lusted after one another. Quite unnatural and shameful indeed. The 2 siblings were caught in the middle of intercourse recently and had to flee elsewhere to avoid the wrath of their family and the villagers. They are now believed to be in some foreign land where no one knows who they are. So we can say that's disgusting, and we gain piety and lower tax in Thrace. Or we can refrain from judgment, gain intrigue, lose diplomacy, gain fertility. Or we can say that we admit this kind of interests us in a strange way. Gain a lot of fertility. You know, we are lustful. Let's just take the middle road, I guess. Apparently we get the tax modifier anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Oh, we have another 13k over here. Let's see, our 36k versus his 32. Assuming this reinforces quickly. I think we can take that. Let's get our army over here in position to reinforce, though. Have you retreat over here once the battle's done. Pretty sure we have leaders in one of these armies. This is the one, okay. So the reinforcements did come in. Looks like we're not going to need our additional reinforcements though. A young artist is working on what is clearly a divinely inspired icon depicting St. Peter. He needs sponsorship to finish it, so we can place it in our own chapel. Yeah, I will spend that amount of gold on some stewardship. And our illness is passed, which is good news. We managed to not die. It looks like our vassals have both won their wars against the Aztec Empire, which is good news. Our truce with them has expired now that we are a different character, so we can declare war on them. Basically as soon as we have our levies lowered after these wars, and we will. And also, the Emperor has lost all but one of his actual holdings. He only controls this castle here. Actually, he has 2 castles there? I guess he has 2. Oh, he has the county and then the barony in there. I see. Well, that's fine. He is therefore proportionately weaker against his vassals. He has a fair few quite strong vassals who don't have extremely high opinions of him. So there's a pretty good chance that he could get independence factions or revolts because of that, which we'd like to take advantage of. Okay, we won that battle up to 41% against Alba. They have another 23k over here, which I guess we'll just go and attempt to attack. if we can. Alright, he's heading there. He's going to be there on the 2nd. We're going to be there first, so actually, why don't we just have this army wait where it is. Make sure we have our best commanders in the battle as soon as possible. Start you on your way. Their army arrives, we'll get our reinforcements in. They'll be there in 6 days. I think we might need this army too, so we'll have you continue all the way in. And let's see how this goes. So our first wave of reinforcements have arrived. That gives us about equal numbers. And now we have a sizable advantage. So with any luck, this will be worth 54%, and we can end this right now. Let's get our cousin educated with somebody else. He's dragging this out for quite a long time, actually. But this war, this opportunity to prove my mettle in combat, has opened my eyes to my true potential as a warrior, and my personal combat skills are improving. We did eventually win it. It was only worth 29%. But that's okay, we should be able to end this before too long. But we are out of time for this episode, so it'll have to wait for the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.